We're here today with Manny Garcia from the El Nuevo Herald. He's a journalist for more than 20 years. He is a member of the Investigative Reporters and Editors group, which helps journalists around the country do a better job of gathering news. Manny, you're here today for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and could you just give us a word about what you're going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about the importance of doing journalism in this age. Let me pass this along over here. The importance of doing journalism today, the importance of doing investigative reporting today, and the importance of, if you think the civil rights movement and everything that MLK was involved in years ago has passed, no. There's a lot of unsolved civil rights murders that still exist, that still haven't been solved, and there's even more work that's important for students to be doing today. And you don't have to be a seasoned professional to do this work. Among the best work being done today is being done by college students.
Let's hear from some college students.
Okay.
Hillary Gupton, Communication Studies.
Hi.
What was your very first job?
My very first job ever, I was 13 years old and I mowed lawns. And so we bought a lawnmower and I figured, well, I need to make money doing this, so besides doing my own lawn. So I did that, and the first big job I got, a guy paid me, I'll never forget this, my friend and I, like $40 to mow his lawn, but the thing was like about an acre. So there went the profits with the gas money. And then he paid us off at the end. He gave, I'll never forget this, my first beer was at 13, it was a Heineken. And he gave us beer.
You heard it here, Campbell University. Let's hear from another student.
Natasha Smith, Communication
Hi.
Studies. Hi. You are the former president and current board member of Investigative Reporters and Editors, and I was wondering what you would tell reporters your number one tip is for them.
For reporters is do not take no for an answer, and when someone tells you no, try to find what we call the workaround, which is, for example, if you're talking to somebody and says, I can't help you, man, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job, you'll ask them something, well, if you can't tell me this, who can? Or is there a piece of paper in the public record that I can get? So the number one thing I tell you is, like, don't take no for an answer. If you feel in your gut you're onto the story, don't take no for an answer. Be tenacious, be focused, and stay on the task at hand, because a journalist's best friend is time. Sooner or later we will always get the story. It could be in a day, it could be in 20 years. It's literally happened to us. The Herald investigated on and off a member of the teachers union in Miami-Dade County, and literally 20 years later the story blew up on the guy, and we got the story. He ended up going to prison. Don't take no.
Hi, my name is Ashley Howerton, and I'm a Communication Studies major here at Campbell. And I wanted to ask you, how did you know that you wanted to be a reporter, and did you ever see yourself being the key reporter and writer in several winning investigations?
No, I got into the business because I've done like 20 different jobs, and I had 20 different majors in college, which I need to remember on that every time that my son considers changing a major, because he's a sophomore in college now. But I did a bunch of jobs. I was a truck driver, I was an emergency medical technician, I worked at UPS loading trucks, and I was in sales. But then I knew I always liked to write, so the common thread for me was like, I like to write, I like to talk to people. So I wanted to go back to school, and I said, well, I went through a book at Florida International University of all the different course studies. Journalism, writing, talking to people. I said, that's for me. And I went back to school, and that's what I did. I got into journalism. I had great teachers who used to be editors, or current editors at the Herald at the time, and they agreed to take the best two students to do an internship, or clerk reporting at the Herald. So it fed my two passions, which was to write, three passions: write, talk to people, and frankly be outdoors, because every day is something different. As far as the second part of your question, was it like being part of a team that was involved in award-winning work? Is that what it's amazing, because you don't go into this business saying from day one, oh yeah, my goal is to win all these awards and do all this stuff. It's a learning process. You got to think about, it's like that cliche, baby steps. So every step helps you. College, learning from professors like Smitty, gives you the groundwork and the foundations for what you need to do. Then you get into your first job and you learn off of that. It's like building a staircase, and you just get better. So you just get better with every story and with life experience and journalistic experience. And being part of a big Pulitzer Prize winning team, there's just nothing like it. It's really, really good. So now I try to share those insights with students and folks within my newsroom to say, you too can do this kind of work.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Clark, and I'm with the Campbell Times. And my question for you is, what was it like to win 2 Pulitzers?
Again, it's just remarkable. It's the journalistic equivalent of a Super Bowl, except we did it twice. And the teams that was involved in doing this kind of work, I mean, none of them got into it. None of them, I mean, it was literally blue-collar working stiffs who got into a story, knew the importance of it, and just wrote, dug, didn't take no for an answer. And eventually the work resulted in fantastic work. But then a lot of folks say you can't write. I've seen some folks write stories that they hope to win an award for it, but you can't. It comes organically. You do the kind of quality work, and then you leave it up to the judges to decide if it's worthy of it.